And welcome to my channel where I talk about real estate and cash flow. Please like and subscribe if you find this video useful or if you want to see more videos like this in the future. All right, so today we're going to be talking about properties in St. George, Utah. It's in southern Utah. They receive lots of sunshine year-round, pretty pleasant weather year-round. Summers can be a little bit hot, and they're experiencing massive growth, a lot of development down there, and can be a great place to invest. So before we get started, we're going to use Realtor.com and Zillow to run some analysis or to answer some questions. Also, if you have a city in mind that you'd like to do and that you would like me to do in the future, please comment below and we'll see if it could be a good fit. Now, we'll start with Realtor.com and we're going to type in St. George, Utah. We'll click the search bar there and see what we can come up with. We'll see if anything catches our attention. This looks like a pretty nice property, listed at $427,900. Was just listed 9 days ago. It's about 2,000 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Alrighty, so we'll put this into our spreadsheet for 27.9. And next we will look at some rent comps. To do that, we're going to use Zillow. And we'll type in St. George, Utah once again. And make sure that we're on the For Rent tab. And now we can start pulling some comps. So we can narrow this down a little bit by putting in similar properties. So we know that the house is 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. And we know it's a single family house, which looks like we already have checked here. And we can see what we can find. So $2,200 a month, that's a decent comp. $2,300 a month for this property is a decent comp. This one looks a little bit older. And then this house for $2,520. So we've got our 3 comps here. So let's go ahead and put that in our spreadsheet of $2,520 here. And then we had $2,300 and $2,200. And what this is going to do is average our comps out, which equals $2,340. We'll put that here under rental income. We're going to assume that the tenant is responsible for all utilities, so we won't put anything in for utility income. And we'll assume that the rent of $2,340 covers everything that they pay us as the investor. Alrighty, so now we're going to move down to expenses, and we're going to go back to Realtor.com to calculate the expenses. They've got a cool tab here that it shows under monthly payment, where you can find the property tax, home insurance, and HOA. So we'll start dumping this information in. So we got a property tax of $142, and that's calculated as a monthly, as well as home insurance of $71 and HOA of $175. Oh, okay. Utilities, we already talked about that. We're assuming that the tenants are responsible for all of the utilities. Maintenance, we'll use a conservative $100 a month. The house is built in 2008. There are some things that could go wrong, but should, for the most part, work pretty well. And we'll use a 8%, which is a pretty standard property management fee to manage the property. All right, that way it's pretty hands-off. We don't have to worry about anything. We just get our check each month. Now, this is an option to manage it yourself, especially if you're in the area. That's not a bad option to save on the 8% there. So we have a total operating expenses of just under $8,000. So we're going to now calculate our net income. How we do that is by taking our total operating income, subtracting our total operating expenses, which gives us a net operating income of $1,557. Alrighty, so that's not all we have to pay. We have debt service. Now we put in the purchase price of $427,900. On an investment property, typically you'll need to put down at least 20% down. So we've done this here. So we'll need a cash down of $86,530, which leaves you a loan amount of $346,120. Now, as of today, this changes constantly, but a 30-year conventional mortgage is sitting around 3%. So we'll use that for today's numbers, and that will end up being a debt service payment of $1,459.25 per month. So that leaves us with a positive cash flow of $97.91 after our net operating income and debt service is accounted for. So the great news is that it's positive cash flow. The downside is that's a pretty big investment for not a lot of cash flow. So you can look at the year one summary here and you'll see your total cash flow of $1,174. But over the year, you'll have a principal pay down of $7,226. So if you were to sell the house a year later, you would have that much less on your loan amount. And then I took a conservative 2.5% appreciation of $10,800. Recently, we've seen much higher appreciation. We're seeing this on a monthly basis almost right now in Utah. That leaves you with a total return on investment of just over $19,000. Now let's look at taxes for a minute. We take our total operating income, which we got from here from the top, the $26,676, and we subtract our depreciation expense of $15,733, our interest that we pay throughout the year of $10,285, and our operating expenses of just under $8,000. That leaves us with a negative $7,331. What this means is if you qualify as a real estate professional, you can take this amount, this negative $7,000, and go against your ordinary income, which allows you to now pay less taxes, which is another reason why real estate can be a very attractive option for investing. Now, lastly, we'll look at the investment summary. We see a cap rate of 4.32% and a cash-on-cash return of 1.36. Now, to be honest, this is not great returns. Like we said, it is a positive cash flow, but not by much. And if you look at, if you paid off the loan, this cap rate is 4.32%, which means your total income divided by the capital that you've put into the property, which is much higher than you would get on a CD or something in your savings account. If your cash is sitting there, your cash-on-cash return is actually higher than what you would get in a savings account as well right now, but isn't an awesome return. Alrighty, thank you again for joining me on my channel today. Again, if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I will keep making videos like this in the future. And once again, if you have a city that you want me to do in the future, please comment below. Once again, thanks again for joining me, and have a great day.